who do you have the Saints taking at 29? I'm not even going to give a pick because so much stuff can happen. I don't know enough about the draft class to even make a selection.
I think there's going to be three areas of the Saints that this could go either way. They're going to go either defensive line, they're going to go either tight end, wide receiver. I think that it's either going to be a pass catcher, either it's going to be Zay Flowers, the wide receiver out of Boston College. Maybe he's in that area. I think that JSN, Quentin Johnston, and then also USC's receiver Jordan Addison will already be off the board. So they're probably not going to go with wide receiver here. Tight end, I could see. Depending on how the top three tight ends shape out, Dalton Kincaid, Darnell Washington, and Michael Mayer. But in the end, the Saints have to go defensive line. And if I had to really get, I want this guy on my team is Kalijah Kancey, the defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. If you read about my mocks, listen to my mocks, I've had this guy in literally every mock draft. He really is built for the Saints. The Saints need defensive interior help. They lost Shai Tuttle, David Onyemata, Kentavious Street to the free agency, but they did also get Kalen Saunders and also Nathan Shepard as well. So, the Saints, last year struggled against the run. Usually this is a defensive line that can really help as well. So if I had to pick, and be my A-plus pick, it would be Kalijah Kancey, the defensive tackle.
Okay, we'll see if it happens. Wade, you got a player in mind?
Yeah, I think they will go defensive line as well. The question is whether they want to get a new edge rusher with Marcus Davenport out of town and Cam Jordan getting older by the year. But they did lose all four defensive tackles on the roster, as Tyler mentioned, including two of them going to division rivals. So that definitely stings. I think they'll look to address that in free agency as well. But I don't know. I think that if Brian Brees is sitting there at pick number 29, I think you got to take him for the value factor. Kind of an in-betweener, but I think if you beefed him up, he could play right there on the center as a defensive tackle. So I think that would be a really solid pick. He was the number one recruit out of his high school class, so I think he did nothing wrong at Clemson to jeopardize that. He's kind of a guy I'm surprised to see in that territory. But if he's gone, I like Tyler's pick, and then I also like maybe an edge guy like Luke Van Ness from Iowa. I think he's, Iowa just turns out those defensive ends and stuff, so that would be a good pick.
I have a sneaky pick as well. I think that if the Saints, the Saints, they're going to trade up, and there are no way in hell that they are going to stay up to pick number 29. So
I think they trade up in the top 10.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to go that far. But if they do stay at 29, or maybe they get a little dicey, I would not be surprised if they try and trade up for Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back out of Alabama. There's some question marks surrounding Alvin Kamara. He's probably going to be suspended at least 6 games. They did get Jamal Williams. But outside of that, there's not really much. Mark Ingram is gone. He's in free agency. David Johnson, he hasn't been much during his NFL career. Benjamin, he's not going to provide you anything. Jahmyr Gibbs is the next Alvin Kamara pretty much. So you can have an Alvin Kamara clone, maybe even better, because Alvin Kamara coming off of an season in 2022, pair him up with Jamal Williams, and that's your best 1-2 punch right there.
I like that. I just hope the Saints draft a freaking quarterback at some point. It doesn't have to be round 1. It doesn't have to be round 2. It could be round 7 for all I care.
It's not a good class. You're going to get another Ian Book.
Then.
But I think if you've got a guy like a Max Duggan, Chandon Hooker's probably not going to be there late, but if you got like a Stetson Bennett or a Max Duggan late, just draft them and have them sit behind Derek Carr and learn.
Could be a project.
Because I think it's a good project.